Good morning to the distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you all to the virtual sessions of the Career Guidance Program, AVENIR 2023.
The ongoing event AVENIR initiated its proceeding on the 7th of December with Career Talk sessions at Indian School, Darset.
The online Career Talk sessions are scheduled for today, 8th December, streaming from Indian School, Darset, followed by the Career Expo at Al Falaj Hotel.
The valedictory function will be held at Indian School, Darset on 9 December, followed by the Career Expo at Al Falaj Hotel.
We are delighted to extend a warm welcome to one and all for AVENIR 2023, a forerunner in career guidance event which is meticulously organized by Indian School Darset under the Aegis Esteemed Board of Directors, Indian Schools in Oman. This invaluable event is a beacon of knowledge, resources, and expert guidance carefully designed to illuminate the path toward future career choices. As we witness how education options are becoming increasingly intricate, making informed decisions about one's career journey is ever challenging. AVENIR 2023 seeks to address these challenges by offering a comprehensive platform filled with insights, information, and expert advice on various university courses and services.
What's next? A question that we ponder upon as we embrace ourselves to explore a sea of options that lay ahead of us. It is a question that opens the avenues for a plethora of opportunities in specific fields. When we embark on this journey of finding our true interest and pursuing our goals, AVENIR steps in, guiding and inspiring students as they prepare for change, transition, growth, and realization of their aspirations.
Lieutenant Colonel Sumit Mohan Garg, the speaker for the session, is here to give us a brand new perspective on new categories in the educational field, a spark of an information and stability to light up our future. He is an accomplished Army officer with an extensive and enriching experience of 25 years. He is an alumnus of the National Defense Academy and the Indian Military Academy, commissioned into the MAHAR Regiment on 9th December 1995. As an infantry officer, he has served multiple tenures, which includes counter-terrorist operations in Jammu and Kashmir, Nagaland, and Manipur, as well as serving on Lok and Indo-China border. The officer was also a part of NSG, popularly known as Black Cat Commandos, and was awarded Commendation Card of the Director General of the National Security Guard in 2009 for an outstanding performance, including the counter-terrorist operations in Mumbai.
Awarded Sena Medal Gallantry by the Honorable President of India on Republic Day 2011 for an act of conspicuous gallantry and display of exceptional leadership during the counter-terrorist operations in Jammu and Kashmir. He has taken premature retirement from the army in December 2020 and is based at Dehradun. He devotes time to guiding the underprivileged children for joining. Let's listen to the expert talks where students and parents alike can equip themselves with the insights shared so that they may make wise career decisions. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Can you all hear me clearly?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good morning to you all. Those who have logged in from the Gulf states, and a very good afternoon to those in India. At the outset, I would like to express my gratitude to the Board of Directors of Indian Schools of Oman for giving me this great privilege and opportunity to interact with the young minds and try and inspire the young minds for a career in the armed forces. Life in armed forces is much more about passion than anything else. Those who think it's challenging and difficult, yes, it is, but not as much as it is made to be. In fact, life itself in any sphere is difficult. But the training in the armed forces makes us capable of overcoming those challenges with a smile on our face and a song in our heart. So with this as the backdrop, I'll come to the subject of today's talk. That is a career in the armed forces. Can you see the presentation?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So over a course of next 40 minutes or so, I'll try and guide you through the avenues which are available to the students for joining the great family of the Indian Armed Forces. When we say armed forces, it encompasses all three services. That is the Army, the Navy, and the Air Force. Each of these services have a very unique role and task, and also a unique equipment profile. And that necessitates that the QR for enrollment in each of these services may differ slightly from each other. But one QR which remains the same is that you should be a citizen of India. And every citizen of India, irrespective of his caste, community, or religion, is eligible for the recruitment in the armed forces, provided he or she fulfills the prescribed age, education, and physical and medical standards. And those are the parameters we are going to talk about over the course of this talk. I'll be conducting this talk in two parts. Part one is entry after 10+2. This part we will go through in detail because that is the most relevant for the students of the school right now. Part two will be the avenues which are available after graduation or post-graduation. That I'll address with a broad brush because just to give you an overview of what are the avenues available to you in future in case for those who do not want to take the plunge right now or later on in the course of their career, they decide that they wish to join the armed forces. So part one, come to part one, that is entry after 10+2. There are 4 avenues available to the boys and girls who wish to join the armed forces on the completion of their 10+2 schooling. The first is the most well-known National Defense Academy. Second is the technical entry scheme for entry to the Army. Third is 10+2 BTech cadets entry for Navy. The technical entry scheme and 10+2 BTech are complementary. They are almost similar, but different only in the sense that through one you join the Army, through the other you join the Navy. And finally, again, a very popular choice among the school students is the Armed Forces Medical College. National Defense Academy. NDA is one of the most premier institutions of military training in the world. And it is recognized at par with the best, like the West Point in the USA or the Sandhurst in the UK. NDA is located approximately 17 kilometers from the main city of Pune on the northwestern banks of Khadakwasla Lake. And it is a huge sprawling campus of more than 8,000 acres. Yes, let that sink in. The campus of NDA is a huge estate of more than 8,000 acres. It is a tri-services academy. It trains, it trains the cadets of all 3 services, Army, Air Force, and the Navy. The eligibility criteria for applying for the National Defense Academy is that you should be between 16.5 years to 19.5 years of age. That is at the commencement of the course. Now the course commences, there are 2 courses each year. One commences in the first week of January The other will commence in the first week of July. So accordingly, when you apply, you can calculate what your age would likely be. Otherwise, also you need not worry. When you log on to the site for applying, it gives you the eligibility when you enter the date of birth. Both male and female candidates can apply for NDA. That has been the most recent development. Last year only, NDA, which was earlier just a bastion of males, has started taking in girls also. And the girl cadets who joined have successfully completed their 2 semesters of their training. Educational qualification is 10+2. However, for the people who wish to join Air Force or the Navy, they need to have physics and maths in their 10+2 curriculum as their main subjects. Those who are undergoing 10+2 with a commerce or a humanities stream can only join the Army through NDA. The procedure is a very simple one. The written exam is conducted by UPSC. It is conducted on a Sunday in every year in April and September. For example, for the next year, as per the calendar of UPSC, the notification will be published on 21st of December. And this notification is published in all the leading newspapers, especially the employment news, or you can log on to the UPSC website and apply online. Notification will be published on 21st of December. So last date for submission of application is 10th of January, and the exam is going to be held on 16th of April. The center for examination is in all the major cities of India. It is held on a Sunday. There are 2 exams. There are multiple choice questions, computerized exams. The general subjects which they will be covering is English language, general knowledge and general awareness, basic maths and maths aptitude. The details and even sample question papers are available on the internet. So you need not worry about that aspect right now. After the written examination has been cleared, the result is again published on the UPSC website as well as the employment news and other leading newspapers. You will get a call for the SSB interview. SSB is the Services Selection Board. Army, Navy, and Air Force, they have their own selection centers all over India. At random, you will be allotted a selection center where you will be given a specific date for reporting. And over a course of 5 days, you will be going through, in first phase, you will go through initial screening. Once you get through initial screening, then you go through a battery of psychological tests, group tasks, and finally, the interview by the interviewing officer. The SSB interview also includes a computerized pilot selection system test for the Air Force candidates. This is over a course of 5 days. And after you clear the SSB, you are immediately held back and redirected to the nearest military hospital / Air Force hospital / naval hospital for your medical examination to make sure that you meet all the physical and medical parameters that have been laid down for entry to the armed forces. Once you join NDA, you undergo 3 years of basic training at NDA, or some of the naval cadets who opt for it directly go to the Naval Academy. The first part and the most important part is the grueling physical training, especially in your initial terms, because the academy endeavors to bring each and everyone to the similar level of physical and mental robustness. This will continue for generally, let's say, the training, 3 years training is divided into 6 semesters of 6 months each, including 4 weeks of vacation or leave, as you call it, to visit your families on completion of each semester. So 6 semesters are basically 5 months of training and 1 month of vacation, 6 months. That is how they make up the 6 months. There is a general misconception that if you join the armed forces, you can say goodbye to the studies. Well, let me tell you, it is not so. Not only will you be studying throughout your academy, you will be studying even in your later stages of your career. You have to pass your promotion exams every 3 to 4 years to get to the next rank. Also, you do a lot of you attend a lot of courses of instruction, which in the civilian parlance are called upgrading or upskilling courses. So for specialization, you keep attending those courses, you keep studying. So studies form an integral part of being in the armed forces, especially in the officer cadre. Anyway, let's come back to NDA. In NDA, your academics start right from day one. You will be attending classes daily for your graduation. You can opt for a graduation for either a humanities stream or a science stream, and you get a graduate degree of BA/BSc/BSc Computer Science. Now, let me tell you something very interesting. Irrespective of whichever stream you opt for, you study all the subjects. Like I had opted for science stream, and I am a BSc graduate, but I also had to study political science, economics, and geography, and English, and in addition to that, military history. Only difference is, if you opt for a science stream, while getting a BSc degree, your grades of the science subjects, that is physics, chemistry, maths, computer science, and English, and a foreign language. You also have to take a foreign language. Only these subjects are counted. But you still have to pass the humanities subject individually. The grades will not be counted. In case you opt for a BA degree, your marks of political science, economics, geography, English, foreign language, and computer science, they will be counted. However, you still have to pass the basic exams of maths, physics, and chemistry. I hope I'm not scaring anyone, because it is not that difficult. You get through easily. And then the most important part of your training in NDA is the military training. Your basic weapon handling, etc., starts right from day one. But in earnest, your military training starts only in your 4th semester. First 3 semesters is mainly physical training and getting you into the military bearing of things. After you complete 6 semesters of training at NDA successfully, you pass all your physical tests. That includes swimming, horse riding, and physical strength tests, and academics, and military tests. There is a grand celebration with a passing out parade, where it's conducted over a 3 days period, and the parents of the passing out cadets are also invited to attend all the festivities. The last passing out parade was conducted last Saturday on 30th of November, and it was reviewed by the Honorable President of India, Srimati Draupadi Murmu. After you pass out from NDA, depending on which service you have opted for, you will be going to your respective academies for your final 1 year of training. That is, for Army cadets, it is Indian Military Academy, Dehradun. For Air Force cadets, it's Air Force Academy at Hyderabad. And for the Naval cadets, it is Indian Naval Academy at Azimala in Kerala. The point to be noted here is, all the expenditure on your training, that includes your boarding, lodging, messing, your kitting, your uniform, equipment, everything is borne by the government. you do not have to, you or your parents do not have to spend a single penny once you get selected for the National Defense Academy. The next avenue that is available is the technical entry scheme. That is particular for the army only. The notifications again are published in all the leading newspapers, including Employment News, and also on the website of the Indian Army, joinindianarmy.nic.in. Eligibility, the age criteria remains the same. However, for the technical entry scheme, it is open only for boys as of now. Only the male candidates can apply. 10+2 is the educational qualification with a minimum aggregate of 60% in physics, chemistry, and mathematics, and not less than 50% marks individually in any of these subjects. Also, you need to have appeared for the JEE, the joint entrance exam, mains, and should have scored a rank in those exams. Once the JEE mains results are declared, based on the result, the Army headquarters decides a cutoff rank, and all the candidates who have applied for the TS entry above that cutoff rank get a call for the SSB interview. There is no written examination involved for the TES entry. The JEE rank is it is valid for 1 year period. Like JEE exams are held on, JEE is held only once in a year, but Army intake is conducted twice. So the rank is valid from till the time next JEE is held. So once you get a call for the SSB interview, the rest of the procedure remains same as we have seen for the National Defense Academy. Over a period of 5 days, you go through initial screening, psychological tests, group tasks, and a final interview. And again, if you clear the SSB over all these parameters, you are sent for your medical examination to the nearest MH immediately. Now, once you have cleared all these exams, the merit list is prepared, and according to the merit list, you get a call up for joining the academy. Now, TES training is carried out in 2 parts at 2 locations separately. For first year, it is just your basic military training. You go to Officers Training Academy at Gaya and spend 2 semesters over there. Again, same template applies. 5 months training, 1 month vacation, 5 months training, 1 month vacation. On your successful completion of basic military training, which mainly includes physicals and military training, depending on your JEE rank and the merit during that 1 year of training, you will be allotted one of the 3 institutions for your technical training. Either College of Military Engineering, Pune, or Military College of Telecommunication Engineering, Mau, which is a small town near Indore, or Military College of Electronic and Mechanical Engineering at Sikandrabad. Once you join the institution that have been allotted to you, you will be spending next 4 years over there doing your graduation in engineering. Now, this training will be conducted again in 2 parts. First 3 years is pre-commission training. You will be undergoing these 3 years training as a cadet. And during this period, you will be getting a fixed stipend of 21,600 rupees per month as of the scale today. after successfully completing these 3 years of training, you will get commissioned into the Indian Army as a lieutenant. And last 1 year of training, you will be undergoing as a commissioned officer, getting a regular salary in the pay grade of lieutenant, which at present is the basic pay is 56,000 plus allowances plus the DA. Once you complete your 5 years of training with clearing all the examinations, including your physical test, military subject tests, and your engineering examination, you get a BE or B Tech degree from JNU depending on your subject. Next entry is 10+2 B Tech cadet entry for the Navy. Now this, as I had said earlier, this is complementary of TES for the Army, since QRs and everything remains almost same except for the fact that this entry is also open for the girls. Both male and female candidates can apply for the 10+2 B Tech cadet entry of Navy. In your 10+2, you should have a minimum aggregate. However, the aggregate required in physics, chemistry, and maths is slightly higher. For TES, it was 60%. For Navy, they asked for 70% in physics, chemistry, and mathematics. And additionally, you should have scored 50% marks in English in class 12th. Only in case English was not part of your curriculum, English as a subject was not part of your curriculum in class 12th, then your marks in English subject in class 10th will be considered. You need to have appeared for JEE mains examination and should be a rank holder. Similar to TES, based on the JEE result, the Naval Headquarters decides a cutoff rank, and based on that, those who applied for this entry get a call for the SSB interview. Again, there is no written examination involved. SSB interview remains the same, 5 days at any of the naval selection centers. Same tests you go through. And on completion of your SSB interview, be getting selected, you go for your medical examination to the nearest naval hospital. Now, after the training part, what is different in this 10+2 B Tech entry for Navy and TES is, whereas TES is 5 years of training, which includes 1 year of pre-training at Officers Training Academy, Gaya. For this entry, the successful candidates go through 4 years of training, all at Indian Naval Academy, Ezimala. Depending on, the template for the 4 years remains same as was in the case of TS. First 3 years, you undergo the training as cadets, and last 1 year, you go through as a commissioned officer in the rank of sub-lieutenant in the Navy, getting your monthly salary. Once you complete the training successfully, you get a B.Tech degree from JNU. Almost all of the institutions in Army are affiliated to the Jawaharlal Nehru University of Delhi, and you get your degree from JNU. Again, as was in the case of NDA, for TES as well as B.Tech entry Navy, you do not pay anything. All the expenditure is borne by the government towards your training, your boarding, lodging, messing, equipment, clothing, everything. So up till now, we have seen the avenues that are open mainly for those who have physics, chemistry, and maths in their stream. Now we come to the biology students. Though biology students can also join as a Army cadets in NDA, but if you wish to follow medical profession, and that too in the armed forces, the Armed Forces Medical College is the most premier, one of the most premier institutions of medicine in our country. The eligibility is, age is from 17 to 22 years at the start of at the commencement of the course. Both boys and girls can apply. The minimum QR is in your 10+2, you should have a minimum aggregate of 60% in physics, chemistry, and biology, with not less than 50% individually in any of these subjects. In addition, 50% marks should have been scored in the English examination. And you should have appeared for the National Eligibility Entrance Test undergraduate exam. While applying for the NEET counseling registration on the MCC, that is the Medical Counseling Committee website, you should select AFMC Pune as one of the options. Only then will you be considered for admission to AFMC. So this is a point you should, those who are keen on joining should note that while registering yourself on the MCC website, in case you are appearing for NEET, you should select AFMC Pune as one of the options. Now, depending on the NEET result, again, the Armed Forces Medical College decide a cutoff. Based on that cutoff, the candidates are called for an interview at the AFMC Pune itself. There is no SSB involved for AFMC entry. Interview is held at AFMC by a committee nominated for that. In case you get through the interview, your medical examination is held at AFMC. When it comes to training, your complete training will be held at Armed Forces Medical College, Pune. 4.5 years will be at AFMC Pune. After 4.5 years, you will be getting commissioned into your respective service. You have the option of choosing Army, Navy, or Air Force at the time of your application. As a medical professional, you can join either of the three. You can opt for either of the three accordingly. However, allotment at the time of passing out will depend upon your merit and the vacancies available in each of the services. So after 4.5 years of successful training at AFMC, you get commissioned into respective service, whether in the Army as a lieutenant, or in the Air Force as a flying officer, or in the Navy as a sub-lieutenant. And thereafter, you go for 1 year internship at one of the military hospitals. It could be a naval hospital, it could be an Air Force hospital, or it could be an Army hospital. The MBBS degree that you get is from the Maharashtra University of Health Sciences, Nashik. AFMC is affiliated to Maharashtra University of Health Sciences, Nashik. Now, in all other training, that is all other entries that you join the armed forces, you do not pay anything. However, in the Armed Forces Medical College, a one-time fees at the start of the course of 90,710 rupees is paid. That is all inclusive. It roughly translates to around 419 Omani Riyals in the today's conversion rate. That is the only amount you pay for your complete MBBS degree. But also please know that you and your parents sign a legal bond at the time of the entry that you will compulsorily serve in the armed forces after completion of your MBBS degree. You do not have the option to quit. In case for whatever reasons after completing your MBBS degree, you decide to quit, the cost that you have to pay is severely high. It's severely high, because then all the cost that has been paid by the government in your training is recovered from you at one go. This is an important aspect that candidates should be aware of. So join AFMC only if you decide to make a career in armed forces. Yeah, so we have seen the avenues that are open to the students of the school right now who wish to join the armed forces immediately after completing their schooling, or even in the first, second year of college. Now we will come to the part 2, where we just broadly see what are the entry schemes available in your future, just in case people who are not keen right now, maybe in future they decide that yeah, armed forces is where I need to be. You should be aware what are the options available to you at that point of time. First is Combined Defense Services Examination. Combined Defense Services Examination is just like National Defense Academy examination. It is again conducted by UPSC. It is for all 3 services. The age criteria is 20 to 24 years at the commencement of the course. However, it is, as of now, it is open only for men. Male candidates only can apply. Marital status has to be unmarried. Since most of people who apply would have attained 21 years of age, they need to know that they can apply only while they are unmarried. Educational course for Army, you can be a graduate in any discipline, be it humanities, commerce, science, any discipline. 3 years course graduation you should have done. For Air Force and Navy, graduation, yes, but again with the rider that either you should have with the rider that you should have physics or maths at your 10+2 level as your main subjects, or you could be a BE or BTech 4-year course for applying. This is particular for Air Force and Navy. Just a point to be noted is even the final year / semester students are eligible to apply. Provided they are able to produce a degree certificate issued by the university as per the date stipulated. What it means is, before the date of joining, or even within 1 month of joining the academy, you should be able to provide even a provisional degree to the army, to the armed forces. So when you have not appeared for the final exam, you can apply, clear the exam, then appear for your graduation final exam, clear it. Even that can be done. And there is no percentage bar for the CDSE entry, as we had seen in TES and BTech cadets entry for Navy, that minimum marks required in physics and math. However, that requirement is not there for the CDS entry. Procedure is again, I said it is more like NDA. Advertisements are released by UPSC in November and August every year. You can check them on UPSC website or through all the leading newspapers of India, and Employment News is the best. Written exams are conducted by UPSC on a Sunday, similar to NDA exams, and SSB interview is similar to what is done for NDA. Medical examinations. After you clear all these exams, SSB interview, etc., you undergo 18 months of training at the respective academies: Indian Military Academy, Air Force Academy, and Naval Academy. And now, the people who have gone through NDA, they will complete 3 years of training and join the people who have these, who come through are called direct entries. So ex-NDAs join the direct entries in second term, in second semester. The first semester of training for direct entry is separate. Second and third semester are common for NDA and direct entries. And after successful completion of your 18 months of training, you get commissioned into your respective service. Now we'll just broadly go through the various avenues available service-wise. Army offers a permanent commission and a short service commission. Permanent commission, CDSE, we have already seen. Technical graduate course is for the people like who have already completed their BE/BTech. The age limit is from 21 to 24 years of age again. You have completed a BE or BTech from any AICTE recognized college, university. You can apply for technical graduate course. University entry scheme was for students who are in the third year of their BTech. They could apply. However, this scheme is currently under suspension and most likely to be discontinued in future. Army Education Corps for people who have done their post-graduation in any of these, any stream, be it humanities, commerce, science, could enroll into the army as in the Education Corps. But again, this scheme is also under suspension and unlikely to be continued in future. Just I have included them because as of now they have not been discontinued. Then the short services commission that is offered is in technical, non-technical, medical, and judge advocate general. Technical is again for the people who have done their BE/BTech. This gives you an option that today you want to join the armed forces, but after serving in the armed forces for 10 years, you may take a decision that no, you want to quit. This is the best avenue. Initially, you get commissioned for a period of 10 years, which is extendable by 4 years to 14 years. And on completion of that 14 years, again, you have at the end of the 10 years, you have the option whether to opt for a 4-year extension or to opt for a permanent commission. Based on your performance during those 10 years and the merit list that is prepared, you could be given a permanent commission if you opt for it. Or you could leave immediately on completion of 10 years, or you could opt for an extension for another 4 years. Non-technical is for graduates of any of these streams. If you are not a BE or BTech, a BSc graduate, a BCom graduate, or a BA graduate, you can apply in the short services non-technical entry scheme. Medical is for people who have done their MBBS from the civil college and now wish to join the armed forces, army rather, as a doctor. You can join through short services commission. Judge advocate general entry is for people who have done their law graduation. LLB, either a 3-year course after doing your graduation or a 5-year course if you have done immediately after 10+2. You can join the army as a judge advocate. What is called as a lawyer in a civil parlance is known as a judge advocate general officer in army. Air Force has various branches. The flying branch offers CDSE, we have already seen. Short service commission, again, the parameters remain the same. However, it is for 10 years. You need to clear your computerized pilot selection system examination for becoming a pilot. If you clear that, you get a short service commission into the Air Force along with your SSB and medical, and you get can become a pilot. Thereafter, during the training also, you have to clear various tests to become a pilot. Otherwise, you can be shifted to ground duties. It's again a short service commission, 10 years period. Either you can opt for a PC after that or extension, or you can choose to quit. For ground duty technical, you need to have aeronautical engineering. There are 2 streams. Either you need to be an aeronautical engineer electronics, or you need to be an aeronautical engineer mechanical. For ground duty non-technical, as the name suggests, weapons systems branch, administration branch, logistics branch, accounts, and meteorology. They are all classified fields. For all the, however, just note for all these entries, you need to have physics and maths at 10+2 level. For logistics, you need graduation in any of the disciplines plus a diploma in logistics and supply chain management. For accounts, you need to be either a commerce graduate or a diploma in accounts. For meteorology, there is a specific diploma which you should have done along with your graduation, and you can be commissioned into the Air Force in the ground duty non-technical branch after clearing your SSB and medical. Again, medical branch, you get an opportunity for those who do not wish to join the armed forces now. They have done their MBBS from a civil college, and thereafter they decide that they wish to join the armed forces. The medical branch entry is available in all three services individually. You can opt for the medical branch of Air Force, wherein you will be called and put through various tests and medical exam, and you can join the Air Force as a medical officer. Now we come to the Navy. Navy again has different branches. The executive branch has surface warfare, hydrographer, aviation, naval operations officer, logistics, naval armament inspection, information technology, air traffic control, and law. Again, you should have maths and physics in your 10+2. Thereafter, you can be a graduate in any discipline. BE or BTech is an additional, it's not a mandatory requirement, but it helps. For logistics branch, you need a diploma in logistics and supply chain management along with your graduation. For aviation is the pilot. In case you have qualified, you are qualified CPL, the commercial pilot license you have been granted by the DGCA, the Director General of Civil Aviation. You get additional benefit of that in case you want to join the aviation branch. For air information technology, you need to be BSc Computer Science. No other graduation can be, cannot join, any other stream cannot join. BSc Computer Science is the minimum required for joining the information technology branch of executives. Air traffic control is again specialized course you should have done. Law is for the LLB graduates. And then is the engineering branch, those who have undergone engineering from the outside colleges. They can join in the general service or naval architecture, which is a specialized field, or electrical engineers. Education branches again for the postgraduates in any of the streams, humanities, commerce, science, can join the education branch of the Navy. Medical branch for the medical officers, doctors who have done their MBBS from outside colleges and wish to join the Navy specifically, then apply for joining the Navy as a medical officer. So these, in a nutshell, these are the various avenues available to you in future. In case you do not want to take the plunge right now, all three services avenues will always be open throughout your career up till almost 24, 25 years of age. You can consider it at that time. With this, I come to the end of my presentation and the talk. And I would like to take on any questions, any doubts that may be there with this in the students' mind.
Yes, sir. We have one question for you.
Yeah.
What career opportunities are available for individuals after retiring from armed forces? I repeat the question. What career opportunities are available for individuals after retiring from armed forces?
See, after retiring from armed forces, it depends on the individuals. Most importantly is what you should be aware of. You get a lifelong pension and medical benefits. In addition to that, you are free to join any of the corporate houses, or there are at times there are vacancies in government departments also. where they specifically reservation is there for the ex-servicemen. The armed forces do not restrict you in any manner after your retirement from taking any job opportunity. You could even you are allowed to work overseas also, not just India. You are totally a free citizen. It is your free will what you want to take up. You could become an entrepreneur. You could you could take up a job in a corporate. You could apply for any government jobs or anywhere, whatever you want to do.
Thank you, sir. We are indeed delighted to have you with us today.
Thank you once again. Thank you all for being patient. And I hope I have been able to guide you in some manner. Thank you.
So we thoroughly enjoyed your presentation. Your detailed method of explanation has educated us and cleared the doubts and ambiguity the students and the parents. Your depth of knowledge is highly appreciable. Thank you, sir, for the constructive views and information. Thank you for your cooperation. This is Ashin and Pratyun signing off on behalf of Indian School Dasset for AVENIR 2023. Bye and have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.